Chapter 9, Lesson 5, Measures of Variation. Hola, you guys. Hopefully you guys are doing well. We are going to take a look at mean absolute deviation, you guys. It's a little bit easier to figure out than standard deviation. It's kind of like this. It's like the average of the average, or how far away is your number from the average number is probably a better way to put it. So let's say that at a school there was a test and the average score was 80. And everybody in our class got a 90. So our average is 90. The school average is 80. So how far away is our average from the school average? So if we got a 90 and the school average is 80, then the mean absolute deviation would be 10. So how far is the average number away from the average? Hopefully that makes sense. If it's confusing, don't worry. This is going to be easy. All right, let's look at the first problem here. In fact, I think there's only one problem. I think this is the only objective for us today. So I'm going to try to simplify this a little bit from what you might see in a textbook, excuse me, guys, or what you might see on ALEKS, okay? So we're talking about the mean absolute deviation. So the one thing that we absolutely have to do is we have to add up all these numbers. So if we add up all the numbers, we're going to go ahead and get 119. So now the next thing we need to do is divide that by 7, because there's 7 numbers. And when we do that, we get 17. So 119 divided by 7 gives me 17. So now what we need to do is we need to find out how far away each number here is away from the average. Once we do that, we're going to take all of our new numbers, add them together, and do the exact same thing that we just did. So I'm going to change colors here so we don't get confused. So let's take a look at this 18. How far is 18 away from 17? It's 1. Now I'm going to do the same thing with the 19. 19 is 2 away from 17, so that's going to be a 2. Now we need to go ahead and do the 8. And 8 is 9 spots away from 17, so we'll put in a 9 right there. We need to do the 20. 20 is 3 spots away from 17. 22 is 5 spots away from 17. 21 is 4 spots away from 17. And 11 is 6 spots from 17. So you'll notice that the one thing that we did there was, it didn't matter if our number was less than 17 or greater than 17. We all wrote down, for each one, we just wrote down a positive number. Okay, so that's the absolute value part of it. So now what we need to do is we need to add up all these numbers that are in red, and we're going to add them up, and then again, we're going to go ahead and divide by 7. So let's go ahead and do that right now. So we have 1 plus 2 plus 9 plus 3 plus 5 plus 4 plus 6, and that's going to give me a 30. And now there's 7 numbers up there, so we're going to do 30 divided by 7. And that's going to give me 4.285. It's actually 2857. Now the instructions here are asking me to round to the nearest hundredths. So let's go ahead and round that to the nearest hundredths. So this is going to be the tenths. This is going to be the hundred spot, and this is a 5. So we're going to take this 5 and we're going to round up, and this is going to become a 9. So we're going to have 4.29. And that is called the mean absolute deviation, right? And once again, it's how far away are these numbers here from actually it's these numbers here. I apologize, you guys. And we just find out how far away they are from the average. And when we do that, this is what we get down here, and we just find the average of those numbers there. Okay, hopefully I didn't make that a little bit more confusing for you guys at the end. If I did, just stop your video before you get to that part and you guys should be okay. Okay, that's mean absolute deviation, you guys. I don't anticipate you guys have any issues with this, but if a problem arises that you're not familiar with, make sure you check in with me. Okay, good luck and I'll see you guys soon.